Hello, beauty. It's such a delight to be here. Hello. So I was here, I think a couple days ago, and it was so good. It was so good. I decided to come back and do it from where I am right now, which is my health club. It's a place that I just love. I love coming here. There's so much good here. And also today, I am streaming on Facebook simultaneously. Yay! I'm streaming on Facebook simultaneously. And today's topic is becoming woman. Okay. I am taking my time. For those of you who are seeing me maybe for the first time or you didn't see my stream a couple days ago, I am outside. I am poolside. We're also, it's downtown. So you're going to hear public transportation, people swimming. You may hear people walking by talking and other outdoor elements. And I do this because it feels good to me. It feels very, very good to me. I actually have a yoga class, um, about an hour and a half or so. And it's just, we have a jacuzzi here, we have a sauna, we have a steam room. And so it's like a couple days ago when I was done here with you all, I went and got in the jacuzzi right after. Like I just sat here for a little while, just like to let myself be. And this is the element of taking care of yourself, becoming woman, and it's having it be your way of being. And I'm going to talk slow. I'm going to take my time because that's what you deserve, and that's what I deserve. And then I went and got in the jacuzzi, and then I did completed a couple classes here because there's such a beautiful variety of classes here, beautiful instructors. Thank you for the hearts. Um, and I'm just so pleased to be here. I'm so pleased. I'm so grateful. And there's just so much I'm going to share with you. I have some good stuff to share with you on becoming woman, on becoming whole. I see Facebook is coming alive. Hello, Facebook. Um, YouTube, not quite yet. And that is okay. So, oh my goodness. First, let's really give thanks. Let's give thanks to all the horrible things that cracks us open so that we pay attention to life in a new way. Okay. Let's give thanks to the people who show us that they care about us. Okay. Someone asked me, "Where are you?" I'm poolside at my health club, a place where I find a lot of happy. There's some construction being done. You may be able to hear that in the back. So we're outside. So I know you can hear me because I listened. You were YouTube was able to hear me, so I'm assuming Facebook can hear me. Facebook, can you hear me? Um, and it feels good out here. The sun is out. California. If you are a sun person, which I am, California is the place to be. Okay, we have a breeze, a little bit of a breeze, but I think it's like 86 today. And like this is the place to be if you're into sun. Like, okay. And I'm gonna get into what is difficult today. Um, but becoming woman, and I'm piggybacking on some of what I talked about a couple days ago. You can see what I talked about a couple days ago on YouTube. If you go to my YouTube channel and search for Naima Singletary, um, it was an opening and I talked quite a bit about men and what I've been discovering in my research in lowering myself. I've done a lot of lowering myself over the last couple months because transformation is very counterintuitive and it's very ego crushing and it's very like the turning over of stones you don't want to overturn. And I'm not recommending that you do that when you're new to shadow work, when you are, um, yeah, new to becoming intimate with your unconscious, because you can go a kind of crazy that can be uh, not only difficult to overcome, because difficulty is part of the process, but some people don't come out. Some people don't make it out to, to the other side in the way that true alchemy is meant to spit you out on the other side bright as fuck. Okay. Okay. So, okay, you can hear me. Good. Good, good, good. I'm glad you can hear me. So there's so much. So I first of all, one of the things that I'd like to do before I get into content is allow myself to just feel good about some things and allow you to enjoy the feeling good that comes when you watch somebody feel good. Okay. For example, I went to a poetry night last week. Ooh, sweetheart, baby, let's go. What? Huh? Okay. I went to poetry night last week. Ooh, and it was so rich. It was so deep. It was so black. It was so full. It was so yes. It was so let's go. Life, more life, abundantly. You hear? And there was a security guard who was checking tickets at the door and handling that. And they didn't start on time. So the show was supposed to start at 7 and they started around 7:40. I think I got there at like 7:10 and went in, sort of like got a lay of the land. And a guy came out and was like, okay, we're going to start in about 15 minutes. And so I decided I wanted to go outside because it's warm. It's like nighttime, but again, this is Cali and it's warm like all the time. Okay. And so I went outside, and so I was outside, and I had a sparkling juice. I like LaCroix, so not sparkling juice, but you know LaCroix, like the sparkling water. And the security guard, black man, and another black man, I don't know what they was talking about, but they was laughing and they was smiling and they was laughing, like laughing, laughing. And watching them laugh and be in joy had me feeling so much joy. You know what I mean? So that's what, see, I just elaborated right there. I did not have to elaborate like that, but I elaborated like that to create context, to just really set the stage for feeling good and the why of why I'm letting you witness me and my feel good like this. I want you to feel good. Like, listen, when you are doing work that takes you into the unconscious, which is a dark place, okay, which your ego don't like your unconscious. Your ego is like slapping you all over the place. Nigga, get your shit together. Nigga, quit. Nigga, quit. Stop. Nigga, okay. Bitch, shut the fuck. Bitch, 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 bitch. Like that's how the ego talking to you, right? Meanwhile, you out here doing all kind of weird shit because you rejecting your unconscious self. You doing weird shit. You can't choose life. You can't be rich about how you move in your body, about how you can't respond to life in a real purified way because you got all kind of blocks and restrictions between your unconscious self and your conscious self. So you constantly at war. You fighting with motherfuckers and don't know why you fighting. You got complexes and beefs and shit. Not you mad at shit that, right? So listen, this is a building up a foundation because I know what's gonna happen with you, and I got a lot to say to help you, and I love you, and this is a path, baby. This is a path, and this is a process. Okay, so in every which way that you can create feel good on your path to develop intimacy with your unconscious so you can be a fucking illuminated force in the world is absolutely necessary. Okay. So I have dropped 20 pounds. Come on. What? See, because I gave myself space. Now I'm gonna drop it and then I'm gonna pull back and give some detail. Okay. I've dropped about 20 pounds. Last time I weighed myself, it was 20 pounds. I weighed myself about a week ago. Okay. And what has happened in the last several months is I have given myself space. Thank you for the hearts. I have given myself space. Now, for those of you who are new here, I have been in the transformation space for 11 years. Okay. Not only that, see, I can go like, how far do I want to go? So, listen. You must face annihilation over and over again to find what is indestructible in yourself. Okay, you must face annihilation over and over again to find what is indestructible in you. Now, why am I saying that? I love, period. I love. What do I mean when I say I love? I want, not want. Watch it, okay? I'm about experiencing all of life. I'm about, okay, my tattoo says amor fati. My tattoo right here that I got in Colombia last year says amor fati. Why? Why? So this is a saying from Frederick Nietzsche. Frederick Nietzsche is a Stoic philosopher, writer, um, German guy. Go look him up. You might already know him, right? And he's from the Stoicism era, and he's written so many books. One of his Beyond Good and Evil, The Genealogy of Morality. You know, he's go look him up, right? And you come to your own conclusions about whatever you want to make conclusions about. And the reason why I got this tattoo is because it's just so important on this path to becoming a woman, really to becoming whole, okay? You always say what, Rosalind? To becoming whole, meaning like really being able to be a real fucking extraterrestrial in life, okay? Like be who you are. Wait, hold on, resume. Sorry. Sorry about that, Facebook. Being who you are. Like you can't fake nothing. Being who you really are. Okay. So back it up some more. See, this is layered. This is an onion here. Okay. I am a supernatural being, and most people don't know what that is. They think they know, but they don't know. And so what has happened is, and this is all gonna come together like it always does. Keep in mind, why am I here? What's in this for you? What's in this for you? If you're not getting what you think you desire, right? You got these things that you like. I want to, which by the way, want is lack. Whatever. Listen, you go fight with your unconscious, okay? I'm not here to fight with you. I'm here to help you have what you are meant to have, what you're ready to have, what you're willing to allow yourself to have, and to be juicy and to be full and to be all. Okay, that's what I'm here for. Period. So I'm teaching you, I'm not even teaching, it's creating the environment for you to have that. Okay. All right. Um, those of you who have watched me for years, you have seen the different ways that I've helped women, that I have attempted to help women. And the truth is, I say about half of the women that come in to work with me end up running away. Okay, probably more than half. I haven't done the hardcore numbers, but right, quite a few, quite a lot. And what I am who I am, right? And it's sort of like asking a fish, what is it like to be in water? Well, they're there all the time. So it's sort of, right? You part of coming to know who you are is people reflecting back to you how you're being, right? When you talk to 20 random people and you notice a stream of what you get back from people, or you start connecting dots of your life and you start to see who you are, and then you start dealing in the unconscious. Ooh-wee, okay, and so you see like personality that you are, which is like strong and just like gosh, so convincing, right? Then the unconscious of who you are, which, oh my God, the unconscious you is, oh my God, pitiful, vengeful, uh, uh, violent. Like, come on, right? Anyway, listen, okay? And I'm not normal. I'm not of this world. I'm a visitor. It's part of why I never wanted to have kids. Something in me said, having kids binds you here, 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 having kids binds you here. Okay. Now, listen. So I'm telling you this because this might be one of the reasons why you don't want to listen to me. Okay, this might be one of the reasons why you don't want to listen to me. Why I don't know what I'm talking about. Why that bitch ain't even in touch with the real world. That's what one of my ex-boyfriends told me. She not even in touch with the real world. Okay, what's real? What constitutes real? That's a whole other conversation, baby. Listen. So listen. Why am I sharing this with you? One, so you can know who the fuck I am, right? And me to be even more clear, because it seems like no matter how clear I am, women, I'm like, if you're gonna play, we're playing beyond feelings. We're playing beyond good and bad and your projections and your repressed self, and you coming in the game with an ego personality thinking that you're in control and you're powerful and you're all of this when, darling, I'm actually here to be a mirror in front of you and say, no, actually, you got this repressed part of you that's still looking to beat women up, beat yourself up. You actually still have this part of you that's mad at your mom, that's still seeking the approval of your mom, that's still all these things. And all I become is the thing that you project onto for the thing that's repressed in you. Now, see, I don't have a problem with that as long as you tell the truth because I'm already in, like, I swim in truth. I swim in the unconscious. The problem is then you want to turn me into the villain because you stop the path of actually becoming illuminated because it hurts, because it's difficult. But I'm here to love you and help you through the process. But when you stop, you end up in a wormhole and you cycle and you go back. And then you just beat yourself up and ruminate in the beating yourself up until you perhaps decide to embark on the journey again. Okay. So I've been doing this since I was young. And we, I'm a light. I'm a light and I love. And I care to see folks illuminated for real. I am in this world, but I'm not of this world. And I mean that in all the ways that it can be meant. Take that in. I mean that in all the ways that it can be meant. Okay. So, yes, I have feelings. I use them to create, they don't overpower. I will lower myself beneath someone who's beneath me. Okay. I will, like, I live elevated and I know how to bring myself down. And sometimes I like to have the experience of having someone else bring me down. Like that, that's a whole other level of play. You see? So when you come into me, you are agreeing to elevate and it's going to be difficult. Okay. Now, you going everybody who comes into my world and stays into my world spits out exponentially better. This is a guaranteed fact. I got testimonials. Okay. Everybody who comes in stays in and comes out on the other side making more money. They feel better. They're more clear. They're energized. They're more of who they are. They're unfuck withable more, right? There's not an end to this. It's not like you come in 6 months, you're complete. No, okay. However, you stick with me for 6 months and shit longer, you gonna come out on the other side a cold ass motherfucker. Okay. So listen, bitch. Listen, bitch, nigga, bitch. Okay. The evil eye is projection of repressed selves. You need to learn. Becoming woman, becoming man. This applies to men too. I'm just talking to women right now. Okay. To become full, to become able to respond without like backing away from people, scared of life, unable to act on desires because you don't feel safe in the world, because you're worried about projection and evil eye and demons and what people gonna think and this and this. And that means you the fear in yourself, the judgment in yourself. Now, see, all right. That's enough right there. Okay, so let me repeat this. Oh, you must now. This is Pima Chodron who said this. You can go look up Pima Chodron yourself. She's I think she's a Buddhist. Pima, Pema, Chodron, Chodron. Pima Chodron. She said, and I wholeheartedly agree, you must face annihilation over and over again to find what is indestructible in yourself. Now, my specialty is working with other supernatural folk, not people who a lot of people really are just looking for significance in the world and they're looking for greater meaning and they are, sort of lifeless and bored with life. So they cling to spirituality and metaphysics as a way to feel superior, to feel like more, to feel like, right? Those of us who were born with certain genetics and born with certain ways, it actually shows in our decision making. Okay. What satisfies you is evidence of what really your DNA is. What satisfies you. Listen to what I just said. What satisfies you, what you hunger for, what pleases you, what gives you goodness, okay, is evidence of who you really are. Now, I'm telling you that my specialty is dealing with supernatural folk. And I actually don't even need to say that because they already know because we see. Um, and so, for those of you who are not supernatural, like you got to be self-aware to know that you are or are not natural. That's on you to have that level of self-awareness, right? You benefit like out of this world. You become exceptional among your clique, among your family, among your right, and your suffering that you're already enduring, being around people who don't get you, who, um, you know, all the things. Um, you learn how to have that suffering be meaningful for you and be useful for you. Okay. All right. So let me see. There's someone else that understands who I am. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that, Rosalind. So where am I going with this? Oh, the feeling good part. So the space, right? Because part of the beginning of becoming a woman is giving yourself space. That's the core, that's the beginning, that's the foundation. You can't embark on anything and really allow it. You can't enjoy and like sustainably and really without providing giving yourself space to be in the thing, without giving yourself space. So it's a conscious, deliberate decision, right? Okay, I'm giving myself the space to do this. I'm giving myself the space to do that. And so I decided to get, first of all, I retired from business coaching. First of all, oh my God, that just freed me up energetically because so much, I still have a company. I'm still, right? However, that using my faculties in that way has, my God, it's just given me so much space and lightened me up in such a wonderful way. Okay. Um, I am, the decision was I am going to give myself space to just be. So this is what is required from you. Step one of becoming woman, giving myself space, right? And then I decided it was time for me to lighten my existence. Hence, coming here to the club, not even just lightening my, but focusing on feeling good often. Focusing on feeling good often. Boom. I came here and because I actually used to be a member here years ago, came back here, reinstituted my membership. So the question to you is, what can you do to get yourself into consistently feeling good? What can you do to get yourself into consistently feeling good? Now your body is like, it's home. It's your home. It's like the place to focus. Right. And I'm feeling like I don't want to go too much. Anyway, I've dropped 20 pounds. This dress is even bigger on me. I got this dress like 2-ish months ago. I feel good. I've totally retrained my body. I dropped sugar tremendously. Oh my God, sugar. Listen, okay. Dropped sugar tremendously. All of it, even the little ways sugar creep in. Ketchup, bread, white stuff. I still eat bread. I eat whole wheat bread. Like the bread I'm eating now is from Trader Joe's, and it has like 4 ingredients, real bread. Okay. So that feels good. And geography matters. So being in a place where the sun is out all the time, okay, deliberately going out and being in the sun, which is what I do, and going to find things that make you feel good, darling, sweetheart. What makes you feel good? What makes you feel good? And elevates you. Because see, sugar was a dopamine hit for me once upon a time. For what, right? You might be like, well, girl, shit, croissants and scones and shit and pie make me feel good. Yeah, but it gives you a crash. Like it feels good, but it doesn't last. What's a feel good that lasts? Make a list, okay? All right. Now, hey, yeah, I wanna shoot, baby. Ah. Okay. Okay. Now, I am putting together a course that will have a Facebook group with it for development, for you to develop. Now, this course, and I'm going to go into this book. If you were not here, or yeah, I recommended this book a couple days ago. And you see the description is with the video, so you can go get it. Okay. So I'm going to read something from here in just a little bit. And I'm also going to recommend a podcast. Okay. Um, oh, so good. Now, I have a story I'd like to share with you. So, oh my God, listen. Oh God, I feel like I'm gonna be here a little while. What time is it? 3. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Fourth. Okay. Um, there's so many different directions to go, and I'm looking at which direction I'll go. So I want to share a story with you about a black man, he's cute to me. He's handsome, caramel colored black man who is extremely childish and immature and heartbroken, and who I was very happy to lower myself to. And the way the shadow works, okay, your unconscious self, and helping you to become more illuminated. So then, as you become illuminated, you become lighter. So then you have more space now to respond to life, to respond to all the things. And in my instance, being able to interact with men in a way that I just was ignoring and not particularly interested in prior to this year, frankly. So, and then I'm going to go into some things. So I'm going to be here. My class starts in an hour and 20 minutes. When I'm finished here, I want some space to just sit and be for a minute. So I am going to give myself to be here until 4:10. So that gives me about 50 minutes to be here. Yay. So this is going to be a long video. So if you need to go, come back. Okay. All right, sweetheart, let's get into it. So it's just always strange talking about myself like this. It's like, right, because I can just hear all the um so I have for years actively, let me say actively, because this was happening before 11 years. I have been actively defying my ego, confronting fear. Like it's a lifestyle. It's my way of being. It's not like I enroll in a coaching program to do this or right. It's a lifestyle for me. So I'm somebody who, in everything that I'm doing all the time, like I live in the deep. Okay. I live in the deep. And I have walked the trajectory of deep, shallow, deep, shallow, deep, shallow, deep, shallow, deep, shallow for so many years, 11 years actively, that I can at will take myself into so many different terrains. Now, there's lots of bright to that. Like I can create money, I can create things, I can create realities, I can move between worlds, worlds here and worlds elsewhere very easily, right? I'm very agile, right? And I can teach you to do the same thing. You just got to be willing to do the difficult shit, right? So I'm very agile. So that's the bright side to it. The not so bright side is that it uh I don't know if it it's there I live in a corner, okay? I live in a corner that is a world of my own creation, and it's like I peek out, I come out to deal with people, right? Because I'm here on earth. Okay? And to do the work I'm here to do, and it's like a lot of my life has felt like waiting for this to happen, waiting for that to happen, waiting. And whenever I have gone out and been proactive, because the world says, make it happen, create, go out, right? Because I'm so advanced and I come out here to deal with mortals, okay? And it's like, to actually do what I actually would like to do, there's such a highness to it. Like it's beyond good and evil. It's extremely elevated. It's up. And it's like finding, not even finding, but being with people and actually creating with people at that level. Like, where are they? Right? Because I have been very much like available and willing to play with people who think they are elevated. Ooh, baby. I'm telling you, folks got some elevated ideas about who they are. I sent a whole love note to a black man last week who was talking to me, and all I heard was he had so many elevated ideas about who he was. And I said, oh, this man do not know himself the way he think he know himself. But go ahead, baby. Go ahead, baby. Okay, I'm here to support if you would like my support. Okay. Because that's really what I'm here for at the end of the day. Like, it's just no fun for me if I'm not helping people become illuminated. What the fuck am I doing? A bright light in the corner by myself? You know what I mean? Um, and it's like, you got to stick around. You got to trudge through territory because this world that we live in is full of traps and like emotional sucks and people that blind people and the like it's hilarious. The circus is just so fucking hilarious. And then how do you actually create in the circus where there's tripwires and you know code word matrix? Okay, so anyway, so I create experiences for myself that give me a tickle. That's my point and all that. I create experiences for myself that give me a tickle as I wait, as I develop, as I become more illuminated myself, right? And it's just been so important to me to stay true, to stay true, to stay true. And it's so easy. There's just so much seduction to become untrue and to fall into amnesia, into blindness. There's lots of illusions that really you get sucked into an illusion wherever you have a hole in yourself. And then don't think that because you're not getting sucked into that illusion that somehow you illuminate it, because aversion is just the flip side to that shit. Or just another angle of the same thing. Aversion, you staying away from shit because you scared, not taking action on shit because you scared. That's just another hell that you're in. Think it right. So don't. If it's gonna get you one way or another. Your complex and your unconscious self is gonna get you one way or another. Okay. So And you might think you good in that world, but that world that you in is your own version of hell that your complex can really have you. Okay. So there's this cute, handsome, childish, immature black man who really spoke to a shadow part of me that actually likes childish black men. Because childish black men act, or men, childish men, not even just childish black men. I prefer color. Okay. Uh Childish black men actually have a playfulness about them. So the dark side is you there's a kind of respect that they don't get from us because they're not in a healthy divine masculine. Like that's the dark side of it. The bright side is there's actually a playful nature in their immaturity when you can choose to play with them in that way without being mad at them for not being divine masculine. Okay. And because, like I said, I'm agile, I can look at what somebody has that is actually very undesirable to a lot of people and be like, oh, but he has that. And that could be fun. And let's play with that kind of thing. Right. And actually use that to help me open up something else up in myself. This is an advanced way of being. And I can help you do this, but you got to be willing to submit your ego and like really dance with the multitudes of a human psyche. Okay? Beyond good and evil, without looking at your own fucking evil eye, calling everybody else the fucking enemy. Bitch, you the damn enemy. Ain't no evil eye out there. It's the evil eye in you, your own projections and fears and all of that shit. And listen, and this is what I mean. Oh God, the lies are dramatic. The lies dramatically abound, y'all. The lies and the fear dramatically abound. You gonna hear me or you not? You gonna get it or you ain't? I'm ain't. Like Josh JC said. Cause I ain't gonna stop. Anyway, so I'm in this push pull that I'm really enjoying with this immature. It's so silly. And I can see where there's a part of my ego that's like, oh, he's so immature. I'm going somewhere with this. Stay with me. Where I'm going, let me tell you where I'm going to hold your attention. Okay. Where I'm going is what you will be able to do, how you'll be able to open up to your next level of creation. Okay, whatever it is, whether it's more money, more connection with men, because that's something that I have been desiring, more connection. Okay, I want to play. Listen, let me stop. Correction. I play. Like in the world that I create, which I love, my corner, which I love. I play. Okay, now I would like men to be playing in this corner with me, like that. Okay, so all right, so let's play, right? So then boom, all kind of things start happening as a result. The creating of space. See what I said here? What I told you. So I'm creating a stream here, a flow. Okay. Why am I sharing? Why does this matter? What kind of life are you hungry to live? Like, if you're gonna choose a trap, choose it on purpose. Like, don't end up in a trap because you was unconsciously moving through your life, hooked into an identity that you think is your free will and choice when it's not. It's actually your unconscious and the complexes that are repressed in you, causing you to act out, having you create choices that you hook into the choice, then you have to defend the choice aggressively. So then you even make your complex even bigger. So then that's why you see these people, they have these ideas and beliefs that they're so and discerning how much of it is pure truth, passion about it, versus how much of it is a complex that they've just been defending so hard for so long, you know? And so there's a lightness, there's a truth, there's just an agility that exists when you are really free of the hindrance of your repressed selves. to things where you're tense, you're tight, you're paranoid, you're anxious, right? But you think you in control. Oh God. Okay. So I please, I love you. Like I hunger and crave for you to be light like me, right? I can't make you do nothing. What I can do is I can create environments that allow you to grow, and we're gonna do things different. I'm gonna give you a course. I'm gonna give you a Facebook group. I'm gonna let you DIY your growth and progress, and then you got to earn and work your way over to me, right? So then by the time you get to me, you're more developed enough so you can actually stay in the room, and we can actually get you in the room for long enough to come out on the other side bright. Otherwise, what are you doing? Right? You're going to get whatever. You're going to create a trap for yourself and whatever. Okay. So I'm playing, right? Okay. My desire is to connect more with males, right? And also to understand Black men. There was this thing where it's like, I would like to understand at deep, deep levels, not like this generic men just want respect and food and sex kind of shit that we hear a lot as women, right? Men just want respect and food and pussy, right? And I'm like, okay. And obviously we know there's more because they're complex beings too, right? So like, I'd like to play though. Can this be fun? Can we, you know what I mean? And so I start going out more, right? Out of the house, going to social events, going out, 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 out. So then here it goes. I am meeting men now and I'm having fun. And I'm, because of who I am, because of who I am, there's like one one thing that I've really come to realize. I already knew this. So I already knew this, but I was withdrawn from living that reality because I had not been deeply engaging with men. It was like surface levels engaging with men. And over the last several months, I have been reminded of how much women go into character to engage with men. How much we go into character to engage with men. How fragile men are. Uh, Males, even the most masculine, wonderful man, like if you're not a certain way, like his response is even going to be right. So all of it is like performative role. All of it is performative, right? Call it polarity. Fine, okay. So I can perform a polarity. You see, if I could perform it, then ah, okay. Just like he can perform. Like how many women have been duped by a man who performed some kind of masculinity appearance of it, right? And then you get deeper into the relationship with him, and when they get deep, deep, you realize, boy, this man got all kind of complexes, right? So anyway, I'm desiring to play and to be conscious about it and to stay true in it. Okay, I'm not about to get into some character and end up in another trap. Listen, I know too much to play that game, and I'm not trying to get into a relationship where I'm running the whole show while making him think that he running the show. I'm not putting forth that energy. I know that game. I'm not interested in that game. Okay, a lot of women do that where they fake submit to men. I'm not doing that. If I submit, it's true submission. Okay. All right. So we're playing this. He's totally mature, but it's giggly. It's like it's giving me a tickle, and it's like his emotions are flaring up all over the damn place, and I'm just like, oh God, right? So I'm staying in the high place, right? And I lower myself at will, right? To because when I anyway, I'm not going all off into that, but there was a part of my ego that was like, oh God, he's so immature. Oh fuck. And then realizing how I gotta come into mommy role, right? And all that, right? Y'all know, some of y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Where you can see a man and what's going on, and you realize, oh, he needs me to say this. He needs me to be like this. He needs me to. So then you start doing it, right? So then you start performing it. And there was a part of me that was like, I really want to say, I would really like to stay elevated here. However, his behavior he's like literally you could feel the pull. Like, come down here, bitch. Like literally, I could feel that. Come down, bitch. And so I was like, okay, I'll come down. Right? And it was all unspoken. It was all energetic. Come down, bitch. All right, I'll come down. And then I came down and it cracked open a part of me where I took on his pain. Okay. I took on his pain. And for the rest of the day, I was in pain for the rest of the day. And I knew it wasn't mine. So then what I did was I analyzed the pain with this clear awareness that it wasn't mine, it was his, to start to understand the pain that, like, is this black man pain, right? And assessing it based on the data that I already have, interactions I'm having with other black men, right? So I'm assessing it and I'm like sitting with the pain. This it was like some doctor shit, right? And I'm assessing, like I'm reading behind his words, I'm feeling the energy of what he said, and I'm like riding the wave of it with great awareness that this is not mine, this is his. And it's like instantly I saw a piercing into the heart of a man, right? Into the universal heart. I saw into the heart of black men. I saw into the heart of men. I saw into the heart of humanity. Okay. Okay, let that sink in. What did you get? What have you gotten by what I've just shared? What have you gotten by what I just shared? See, this is what power, this is what having open channel between your conscious and unconscious mind and the cosmos allows you to do. What did you just get from what I just shared? Anybody here who want to talk to me about what you got from what I just shared? I'm ready to go put my feet in the water while I'm here with y'all, but I can't move my fangs. Anybody here would like to share? Just what you think? What about what I just said? Just tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. How you feel? How you feel about what I just shared? Hey, darling. Could you hear me over there? You could. I know my voice projects. I'm like, oh, well, here we go. Okay, so no one said anything as of yet. So uh now, in the world of dating, in the world of good or bad. Now, this is relating to men, but I would like for you to back up and look at this bigger, right? And the energetics of what it is that I'm talking about. This applies everywhere in life. This applies with your children, this applies with your mom, this applies with your business, your team, this applies to anywhere where you're dealing with creation, connection, people, humanity, right? And so, my desire for you is that you become a clear channel for creation, whatever it is that you desire to create. Okay. All right. Um, so in the world of dating, right? And you talk to average people who are out here dating and doing whatever they're doing. It's like, oh, he immature. Ain't nobody got time for that shit. Um, he didn't, he didn't this, he didn't that, he didn't right. Now I'm looking for a husband. Okay. And you think you're looking for a husband, right? And you probably are, right? Why? Really? What? Kind of for what, right? I'm getting at the unconscious you that's creating. Okay? That's what I'm getting at. The unconscious you that's creating. Okay? I desire, I'm saying this for myself. I desire to be in relationship where I get to transform. If my true intent is to transform, I'm going to be in a relationship that allows me to transform. when my intent is not, and I think it's this, and I end up creating something else, that tells my true intent was. Okay. I desire to play. Okay. I desire to do what I came here to do, which is to live life abundantly and to do that with a man who allows that. I desire for him to live abundantly as well. I desire for our relationship to have space where it's not about good and bad and right and wrong, where we have that right man, right? Because there's relationships where we could do all kinds of things, all kinds of creations, right? And having that right man to do the things that only we can do together. That's another conversation. I'm not going to even go that deep and high right now. Um, that opening right there, where I was able to see into the heart of a man, which has been a part of the desire in the connection. Like that's the kind of connection I'm talking about. I'm not talking about just kikiing, right? I'm talking about connection where I actually see you. I desire to see you beyond just men just want respect and pussy and submission and femininity. Oh, what the hell? What's the heart of it? That's it, because a lot of men is getting that and they not happy, right? And then that's subjective. What is femininity? What is respect? What, right? So I know that's a nuanced conversation. I know that's subjective. What I'm saying is, a lot of people are saying that they want a thing and then they get the thing that they want, and then there's so much of what I don't want that's in that. Okay. Um, so I like to read something for you, and I could say more, but I want to move on. So again, this book, Into the Heart of the Feminine, Part 3, Burning Clean. I'm reading. This is okay. Burning Clean. Damn. Burning Clean. This is the quote that's on this page by Rilke. Ooh, look up Rilke. If we arrange our life, replace if with when. If we arrange our life according to that principle which counsels us that we must always hold to the difficult. I'm going to reread this because you need to reread it. It will help to reread. I'm going to start from the beginning. If we arrange our life according to that principle which counsels us that we must always hold to the difficult, then that which now still seems to us the most alien will become what we most trust and find most faithful. Oh, I mean, do you desire to live in truth and the difficulty of that and the gold in that and having your suffering give you a return on investment? Oh, God, that just fell out of my mouth. Where's my pen? Have your suffering give you a worthy return on investment. I mean, what life do you prefer? What life do you prefer, sweetheart? Listen, you can have all your traps. Listen, I already know what the traps look like. Listen, and they come, ooh, the golden handcuffs, baby, married with kids. Like if you truly desire that at a heart level, and you have a relationships that allows you to develop your faculties, where it's not good or bad, where how about can I live multiple polarities? Right? Can I live this polarity? Do I need to have a separate room, a separate dungeon? Do we need to live in? Is it necessary to live in separate houses? Like, do we? Is it? Would it be helpful if we have a house that's like 5,000 square feet, and like we are together 90% of the time, and then Sometimes you go off into that wing and I go off into this wing, and for like a month we don't talk, because that allows us to actually be clear channels as we're exploring the multitudes of ourselves. So there's no complexes running the dynamic of our relationship, and we hold ourselves in kind of an agreeable hostage. That's what a lot of relationships are. And then we eventually break up, and we might even stay married for the kids and don't break up, but there's a kind of break up because we're not actually becoming whole with each other. We just agree to stay here because it's cheaper to keep her, or I don't want to be alone, or I'm a woman and I don't feel safe in the world and I'm willing to exchange my exploration and fullness and cultivation of myself for this golden handcuffs I call safety and provision. And the trickery in which we put ourselves into traps, and then we wrap it up in righteousness and holiness. And listen, choose your poison, baby. And there's even a price for me to pay over here in my corner, right? Right? It's like I look into the eyes of every man and I see an incomplete person. I see I see the potential for wholeness. I see the potential for wholeness. That's what I see. And that the tug of war. And can we agree that this relationship, we will dissolve those tugs of war? Listen, have your suffering give you a worthy return on investment. I'm not interested in becoming your wife if that means I got to come into a shackle that is uh, uh, gradually takes the life out of me. So then I push a bunch of things into the unconscious and create a bunch of complexes, and then tell myself a bunch of things that uh, 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 are lies wrapped in bows. And okay, let's really be honest about the purpose of this relationship. What's the purpose of this relationship? What is the purpose of this relationship truly? What life do you crave to live? What life is for you? What is unlived in you? When there is something unlived in you and you are in a relationship that forbids you from exploring what is unlived in you, you agree to shackles, you agree to a hell, okay, that gives you, that takes life from you. There's no worthy return on investment, okay? What price will you pay? You're going to pay some way or the other, right? Man, there's so much available for us here. So many of us are in traps. It is difficult. It is difficult. Listen, I'm going to read this again. If we arrange our life, listen, please. If we arrange our life according to that principle which counsels us that must, this is complex, okay? If we arrange our life according to that principle which counsels us that we must always hold to the difficult, we must always hold to the difficult, which means it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult. So constantly looking for feeling good all the time. Look, we generate feel good even in the midst of feeling like we're going through hell, okay? Then that which now still seems to us, right now, this seems alien. Like, what is this? No, I don't like this. That which now still seems to us the most alien will become what we most trust and find most faithful. So I'm going to translate that in the way I see that. That which is alien to us, that which is uncomfortable, that which does not feel good, is an indicator to you that you are going into a territory that has something to teach you. That's the whole principle behind leave no stone unturned. How the fuck do you leave no stone unturned? Are there caveats in that? No, don't, like we said, don't, leave no stone unturned. But those, don't overturn those. Don't overturn those. Look, there's many levels. Level do you feel called to play at? I said to you earlier, I'm going to say it again. That which satisfies you tells you what your actual DNA and call is, regardless of how much people want to feel like they're extra. Like, why? What? Really? You want to be an extraterrestrial on this fucking planet, bitch? As difficult as that is? Shut the fuck up. All the, okay. Um, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for all the confusion, you guys. I'm just so sorry for all the confusion and the lies and the tripwires, and some of it we created as well to, uh, for fun. Some of it we created for fun, and on and on. Um, it is difficult to become whole in a world that is run by the demiurge, first of all. And I mean, how far do you want to go with me? You can learn how to interact with the demiurge. You can learn how to interact with all that is. All that is. All. Okay? All. So the reason why I've created this course, which I'm putting together still now, and I'm going to be talking about it more and more. And then I have one more resource that I'm so excited to share with you before I leave here today. The reason why I've created this course as a DIY together with a Facebook group, which I'll be checking into, right, as you're posting questions and etc. The reason why I've created it is so that you can go begin to gain intimacy with your unconscious. And like I said, having a clear communication between the 90% of you that's actually running your life, you will become the workshop. So a lot of folks have knowledge and they're theoretical and they're intellectual and they have great interpretation and they know how to decode and they are articulate with knowledge. Articulating the knowledge, being aware of the knowledge, reading the knowledge, writing about the knowledge is completely different than being the knowledge, meaning the dreams that come through you, the infinite intelligence that comes through you. But that is being the workshop. That is being the knowledge. That is what allows you to submit your ego with less of the anxiety around submitting the ego. Like all the things that make people develop complexes and hold on to fear and all those things is the less that knowledge actually comes through you and through your body, like where it's embodied at a body level, which only happens in experience, like the way I interacted with this man, that I could not theoretically read about that and then be that. I needed to get in the dirt, meaning wherever there's danger, you go interact with the danger. Okay. Wherever it's like forbidden, you go interact with the forbidden. So this course is a baby step. Now, there's also going to be an opportunity for those of you who think you're more advanced. And I feel like I need to put together something that helps people really understand their level, because the ego is inflammatory, it is convincing, it is strong, but your unconscious is even stronger. Again, your unconscious is running 90%ish of your behavior, regardless of how much knowledge and powerful. I see so many men and women. I've had clients who's like, I'm giant, I'm an anomaly. They got big ideas about who they are. They got knowledge. They reading alchemical books. They are listening to subliminals. They're doing all this stuff, but it's all intellectual. It's not. They're not interacting with the danger. They're not interacting with the forbidden. Like when you overturn a stone that you're not supposed to overturn, or it's like, don't do that because that's going to open the door to something dangerous. You actually have to open the door to something dangerous, but you got to be primed to play at that level. Like, I'm not actually even encouraging you to play at the levels that I've talked about in this live stream. I only can play up these levels because really in 2014, I started playing with fire, like, which means you face death. which is a big one for people, right? And like that's why I didn't want to create children. When you create children, it's about the children now. You can't play with death the same way. You can't do things that really like your whole body is like this podcast. I want to share with y'all something. This is a good segue into this podcast. So there's a podcast called, I thought I wrote it down. Oh wait. Oh, it's on this video. With this video. Both of these. It's called the Jungian, whatever is it's with the video. Just look at the title. The Jungian Life or something like that. And there's an episode that I was just listening to. Damn, what was the name of the episode? Shit. Anyway, I can't even remember. But I'm gonna say it's relatively recent. But in it, it talked about um when when you really start dealing with your unconscious in a way where it's like the danger of it, right? Well, it feels dangerous to you. Well, dangerous to the ego, right? Because the ego is, like I said, is inflamed. It's convincing. It's like it's it's a construct of your complexes, okay? And that which you have told yourself for a long time, that which you use to stay inside of your life and to operate inside of your life, okay? Um, when you start to give space for the unconscious, the breeze feels so good out here. Give space to the unconscious, and you open up that channel where there's a clean highway between your unconscious and your conscious self, and you let your unconscious live in your life. Now, it's never, they say it's never fully integrated. Based on my experience, that is true, right? Because we're living out here in the world. Um, that it feels like, what was the word that they used? It feels like, they didn't say annihilation, but it feels like annihilation, right? Because the ego gets a blow, the ego gets killed, and it softens you. It, you know, you look like a fool to people who are still very tightly wound in the ego. But at elevated levels, you actually choose to be a fool. Okay, you actually go into foreign territory, but because you have developed the muscle of going back and forth into the unconscious space, dark spaces, and consciousness for so long, which the course begins to help you do, and depending on where you are, you enter at an intermediate level. You could enter at an advanced level, who knows? Because you've built up the muscle, you can submit yourself to higher paths because you've developed the muscle that allows you to operate at higher paths where there's play, where we can really play, right? And then when two of us or more are operating at these higher levels, then we can start pinging with dark matter, the cosmos, in a way that is actually like having an impact that lasts into time, that imprints into time, and is elevated. It's elevated, and it's, yeah, yeah. Okay. So part of my, because I live in very elevated states predominantly, and I talked about this while I was in Italy too. For those of you who saw my live streams when I was in the mountains, that my dominant way is very idealistic and optimistic. Like I've always been like that, and it's in my DNA. It's, you know, it's very much there, and I am an angel. Okay, I'm an earth angel. I am love. Okay, love to me is truth, the multitudes of truths, because there are different levels of truth. Okay, I am an angel. I am love. I am your mirror. I am the brightest light in you that you have yet to step into. Okay, which you will have to walk through so much mud and drudgery and hate and dense emotion and experiences to get to the true illumination of yourself. And it's not convenient, and it's uncomfortable, and it's ego defying, and it's death defying, and you will die a multitude of times to yourself, and you will go into dungeons, and you will look like a fool, and you will feel like you're getting played, and you will feel like you're losing, and people won't like you, and people will adore you, and people will work to tear you down, and people will tempt you, will adore you and people will feel like you are God sent and people will revere you and like all of that happens on the path to elimination, darling. So I realized through so much of like folks abandoning ship with me who have not gotten intimate with their ego and we start to play in higher ground, they can't stay and they abandon. Okay. And it's like I realized, oh God, people need true muscle development, true muscle development. And what happens is you will go as far as you can go. Like I've had clients say to me, I'll give exercises that are death or ego defying, death defying. And they'll be like, can we do something a little easier, please? Can we do something a less intense, please? See? And so this is why I said earlier, and I'll repeat here about my specialty is supernatural. Okay. Those of you whose DNA is actually that versus so many folk who have read and researched and are deeply entrenched in knowledge, but they're not the itness. The itness, it just shows itself. We don't even need to, it just shows. You don't need to question, okay? It shows in what satisfies you. It shows in what you choose. It shows in what you reject. You know, it shows in what you allow for extended periods of time. It shows in where you invest your money. It shows in who the people are in your life. It shows in what you trust. Like, do you trust difficulty? Do you trust danger? Do you trust death defying? Like, I feel safe in danger. I feel safe where I can see my ego is here. Like when it's feeling like, oh, and I'm like, bitch, this is a trap, bitch. Because now, in a world where everybody's illuminated, no, that would work. When I'm dealing with all the repression that's all around here, because in my world, anyway, enough of that, okay? So I have done really good on time. Okay. Shout out to those of you who have made it to the end. I like to repeat some things because it's useful. Repetition. One, you must face annihilation over and over again to find what is indestructible in you. Meaning you walk into danger. Meaning you walk into situations that this don't look like a good idea, but something about it, right? Or just things that feel like it's killing who you think you are. You think you think you are a loving person, you think, or even you think you're a bad person who's unworthy and unloving, and you walk into something that feels like so much love, and you're like, woo, even that, killing your idea that you're unworthy and unloving. Okay. So I really want to share with y'all the name of this podcast episode because I want y'all to listen to it. And I can. No, that's on Google. Let me see. Give me a minute. Be patient. I want y'all to go listen to this one because it's all about the Jungian life. Here we go. Yay. It's all about this, the way complexes act themselves out, and we find ourselves being strongly averse to things, which is evidence of a complex at work. And I talked about this a couple days ago, or finding ourselves unable to take our eyes off of something. Like we're judging the hell out of it, but we can't take our eyes off of it. Like this bitch don't know what she's talking about, but you keep looking at her, or this nigga, this whoever, but you keep looking at him. You keep paying attention to him. You keep being drawn into him. That is evidence of a complex at work. It's called This Jungian Life. Are they going to let me see their episodes? I can see it on my phone, but I don't want to accidentally close out Facebook. A course is going to be coming out. If you're not already on my email list, there's going to be a link placed beneath this video for you to get on my email list. It's going to be a DIY. I got to decide if I'm going to do an entry and oh God, they had an episode called Hatred, A Way to Hide Our Secrets. Oh my God, please go listen to that. Please go listen to that. The inferior function. Here it is. Yes. So it was published September 29th, episode 233. It's called The Inferior Function, Opening to the Interior, where basically we have an inferior function that is not developed in us. Like people who are highly intellectual and big thinkers and they're up here a lot, that their inferior function can be feeling. So they'll find themselves falling in love with somebody who's highly emotional, but then they end up not liking them 2 years later, or the reverse, someone who's very feeling feeling, and they love people who are structured and in control, and right, and how the aversions and basically the unconsciousness, remaining unconscious, keeps you in a trap. So this is lovely. And why does all this matter? Again, in closing, why does all this matter? Because listen, you can live life continue the way you are, very unconsciously. Maybe that's the joy for you. Maybe you like living unconscious, because to be conscious is too much power, too much responsibility, too much light. I don't want all that. I want to be able to go work my job and drink my drink and watch my Netflix and hang out with my kids on the weekend and do my little life, and that's enough for me. And listen, there's too much shit going on. I'm tired, you know? Um, so whatever, you could do that. Or you could just, God, Lord have mercy. And you can go as far as you want to go. You can become as conscious, and once you start, it's like, oh my God, the worlds that open up to you, the awarenesses that you have, navigating worlds in your own mind and experience, and then actually having the will and the lightness of self to be able to go explore out here in the actual world where, you know, that's why I love so many Black women is traveling all over the world and having rich experiences that you can be in your mind all you want to. Good for you, great. But it's a whole different experience to think about Morocco and think about the colors and the foods and the people in Morocco, and to think about Ghana, and to think about Paris, and to think about Zimbabwe, and to think about Zurich, and to think about London and Spain, and look at the pictures and how wonderful it is, and imagine yourself there, and go into dream and imagination, and lay in your bed, and it's wonderful. But baby, when you place your physical body down, walking down the streets of Paris, you hear me, and you actually meet a French man, you hear me, or a French woman, and they invite you to their kitchen table, and you meet their kids, and you see the art on their wall, and you get to enter their life, and you meet a man who becomes the love of your life, and it inspires you so much, you start learning French, and you start experiencing worlds out here, which dimensifies you. Oh, that was another word. Dimensifies, right? Dimension of our versus in your goddamn head all the damn time in your cycle, wherever you living at in your little city, wherever you at on planet. Listen, whatever you desire, have it how you like to have it. Okay, you can have it your way, baby. Okay, what I'm saying is life here is abundant, and we are meant to be circling of life and death, becoming, becoming woman, all right, or becoming man, becoming whole, becoming. Okay, and this life has so much available. And what do you prefer? What do you prefer? You want to read about Morocco, or are you ready to go walk through the souks and meet the men and the women and the children, and to listen to the drums played there, walk down the road, get on the camel, get in the ocean over there, go walk to the Nile, the actual Nile? What do you prefer? Have it your way, okay? And in order to have it your way, there is a lightening of yourself that's required, an intimacy with your psyche, opening up that channel between your conscious and your unconscious mind, being in relationship with people who are doing the same thing. Otherwise, it's a slow path down into another trap under the guise of whatever. Listen, y'all can have it. So listen, I love you. Go listen to the podcast. Okay, the name of video. Go get the book. The book is with the video, okay? More details about the course will be coming, okay? I'll be back here when I'm back here. Check back. Please share this video. Can you share the video, please? Subscribe. Subscribe if you're on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel and bring people here. Come back here because from what I'm hearing, YouTube don't notify people even if they're subscribed a lot of times. So come back here. Feel welcome to email me. A lot of people, especially on my email list, prefer to email. A lot of people, you know, be doing stuff quiet, right? So I do open up emails and let me see. Hi, Rosalind. 30 times in the past 5 minutes. Hey, girl. All right. I'm out of here. I'm ready to go to yoga, y'all. First, I'm getting somebody's water around here. And then I'm going off to yoga. Listen, remember, as I said earlier, find things that feel good, okay? Because as you're doing this unconscious work, a lot of it ain't going to feel good, okay? And you're going to need to come out here with the muggle people, with the normal people, and deal with them. Not have to. I mean, you would choose to, right? I enjoy coming here with folks here and just watching people's unconscious selves talking and, you know, engaging with it with great awareness and love and compassion. I'm love, man. I see this and you know, I've been in traps too. So I know what it's like to be in a trap and to go blind and to choose amnesia when you have not yet developed the faculties to be able to sit with another human being who's repressed and giving you the evil eye. Baby, you gonna learn how to be with the evil eye. Oh, honey. And as a woman, you got a power that is unmatched. As a woman, you got a power that's unmatched, baby. You got a cervix and a pussy and a womb. You can create a life that is, listen, okay, you can create connection and take in the stuff that you can take in and alchemize on the spot at will. But most of us ain't doing that because we don't feel safe in the world. We don't feel safe around men. We don't feel safe being vulnerable in the world. We don't feel safe putting ourselves out there. We don't feel safe opening ourselves up to our dreams. We don't feel safe opening ourselves up to large energy, first our own and then that of another. That's why we pussies be dry, and we'll submit to a man in exchange for, right? We'll accept his protection and provision, and in exchange, we'll give up our identities. We'll see ourselves through male psychology. This shit is deep and nuanced, and God damn it, listen, you want love, not want, but you ready for love? Not even want. Want is black, honey. You ready for love? You ready to be illuminated, right? You ready for the learning how to unify polarities, or yeah, the like light, dark, good, bad, male, female, unify them, right? And then so you can choose at will who to be, what to be, when to be, depending on the circumstance, and have that agility that I talked about. This is advanced ways of being, and so I am going to break it down and stop, uh, you know, expecting, or even just, you know, just really allowing space, period. Allowing space for folks to come in at entry levels and really honoring your ego, really. Honor your ego, honor the maturation that's required and the space that's required and the femininity that's required and the masculinity that's required, which is the structure. Okay, and you are loved, sweetheart. You are loved. You have found my voice. You love. Okay, you are loved. You are powerful beyond measure. I'm here to love you. I find great fulfillment in loving. Right, it brings me alive. I'm a walking angel. Okay, I'm a walking, breathing, extraterrestrial angel, and I have so much to give. I am so much. Okay, you are loved, sweetheart. Mwah. You are loved. You are powerful beyond measure. Remember that. I am powerful beyond measure. Okay. And I'm about to go move this body. Move your body, body. Move your body, body. On the dance floor. Don't hurt nobody, body. I'm going to a 90s party this weekend. Hey. All right, y'all. Lots of love. Bye. Bye, bye, bye. Check that. Spread the word.